Hey, what's up guys? Jerry here, aka Barnacules, and I'm here in Kirkland, Washington at Urban Float. If you guys didn't see the video where I jumped in a sensory deprivation pod filled with 200 gallons of water and 1,200 pounds of Epsom salt, check out that video, it's in the description. But after that experience, I thought to myself, what would it be like if you weren't sensory deprived, but instead you had virtual reality on? So today we're gonna try out that experience with my good friend, Eugene Capon. This is Capon Design TV, and I also will be joining him on Glitched. It's basically like a VR talk show that's over on the AltspaceVR platform. So I'll have all that information linked down in the video description, but right now, we're gonna take my idea and his awesome rendering of floating around in space into the pod and see how it goes. All right guys, come on, let's do it. All right, so guys, we got to be a little bit quiet because inside everybody's in these sensory deprived pods. We don't want to make anybody angry, but here is room 6. This is where we're going to be hanging out today. And what I've decided is we're going to stick Eugene in the pod first because neither one of us has done a VR experience in a sensory deprivation pod, but he's never even been in a sensory deprivation pod. So I think he's got a unique opportunity here to show you guys what it's like just taking it all in for the first time. What do you guys think? Let's do it.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird. Let's get weird. All right, so this is where we're spending the day today, is in this giant pod. Eugene, you ready to get in here?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what he's in for. It's pretty magical. Well, we gotta get you naked, buddy.
Yeah, I need to get naked, then I need Vaseline all over my body.
We're gonna Vaseline you up good. All right, that's good. Work it really good. Now smile, smile. I wanna see emotion, Eugene. Emotion. Hey, Eugene, what's with the shorts, man? I thought we were gonna do this nude.
Yeah, but then you decided to bring all these cameras in.
All right, guys, we have the iPhone 7 Plus here running the experience that we're going to put in the VR glasses. And you can see when I move the phone, it follows perfectly over until you see planet Earth and you can sight down your body. So while you're floating in the pod, you're going to be seeing this in 3D through the goggles. It's going to be awesome. So Eugene just learned the hard way why you put Vaseline on all your cuts before getting in the 1,200-pound salt bath. Isn't that right, Eugene?
I thought I had enough. I was in Texas a week ago, and we were floating down the river, so I have all these cuts and like gashes from rocks on the bottom of my feet. And I did not put enough Vaseline on there.
Take 3 trying to get Eugene and his cut up feet into the tank. Okay, we're in, okay. So far so good? You okay? Okay. Dude, his top knot makes him look like a samurai, but damn, he's a little bitch.
My feet are in acid, dude.
No, that's the funny thing.
It's literal acid.
Yeah, Eugene is not lying. That might look like water, but that is quite literally a corrosive compound that he's standing in right now.
Yeah.
Okay, ease yourself down. Do not get it in your eyes and do not rub your face, okay? If you get something on your face or some sweat or something, let us know. We'll get you a towel immediately. Now put your head back. Completely relax. Let your head go all the way back. It'll be back at an angle. Just let it. Okay, you relaxed?
Yep.
And then just completely try to relax. I know it's weird, but just completely try to relax. Now, one more thing, Eugene. Yeah. See over there that little button on the side? Yeah. You push that button to turn the light on and off. You see it over there? Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Get acclimated, bro. Don't dissolve on us.
Okay. A few moments later.
All right, so Eugene's been in there for about 10 minutes. We just want to get him acclimated before we go throwing him into VR. But let's open it up and see. Okay, turn the light off. Okay, there he is. How you doing there, Edward Scissorhands?
I'm relaxed.
You relaxed? All right. All right, so you ready to try some VR?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to do it. Okay, so we're playing the experience right now in the YouTube app. So what we're going to do is go ahead and rewind it. Let's go ahead and get it playing. I'm going to hit VR mode, and that's going to split it into 2 eyes. And then we're going to slide it in to the 1+1. This will also work with a Google Cardboard or any VR device. Okay, go ahead and put that on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull the strap on your head. Okay, is that comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, get it to rear. Pretty good. Here's you floating in space. Have fun, buddy. We'll see you in 10 minutes. I love you, Eugene. Come back to us. The whale just farted.
Prometheus.
1 eternity later.
All right, so Eugene's been marinating for about 10 minutes. We're gonna go in and check on him. Okay. So Eugene, how was it? Was it interesting?
It's like floating in space.
It's like floating in space. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take these off. All right.
Oh man.
So you were in absolute darkness. Could you hear anything while you were in there? Or was it pretty dead?
Just the music.
Just the music. All right. So you're pretty relaxed. Okay, so before I jump in here and try it out, give me your initial impression. Did it alter the feeling of you being like moving around? Did you feel like you were in motion?
Not really.
Not really?
It felt like it was in one place.
Okay.
It took away from the sensation of floating around the tank.
Okay.
I did hit the edge just slightly a couple times.
Does that kind of freak you out a little when that happens?
Yeah. No. I could kind of feel like as if it was about to happen.
Okay.
We need better lenses for the experience.
So we're gonna bust out the Google Cardboard for me and see if, because a little bit better lenses. So the Vaseline is critically important here. I have a cut on my toe that I just discovered through very much the same process that Eugene used. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in that little hole with some Vaseline. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, I think that was the major cut on my body. All right, well, as you can see, Eugene had a little bit of a rough start there, but you know, he got used to it. I also had a cut that I found. You guys gotta make sure you put that Vaseline on the cuts. But now it's my turn to jump in there. And I do have some experience with this, just not with the VR. So let's do this. You guys ready? You guys ready? Oh. Did you get a little the plumber's crack in there?
A little bit.
Let's do this. Let's see if I have the same fire experience. Waiting.
Yeah, hey, what's the Wi-Fi here?
I think we're good. I don't know, you'd have to go out and ask him. Okay, all right, so I'm getting in. This is very salty. You don't want to splash if you can avoid it. Oh my gosh. You wouldn't believe how buoyant this is though. Like you sitting like this, it feels like my butt's bouncing on the bottom and it's only like 12 inches of water. It's wild. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay back. Okay, see the waterproof earbuds? I mean, wow, that is so floaty, I love this. And then you go ahead and put it over my head. Okay, pull it out. All right. Okay. It's a lot clearer than the other ones.
Yeah.
It still has the periphery problem, but it's not nearly as bad.
If we had an updated phone and updated like your VR or something, it would completely eliminate those issues.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna position myself. Wow, this already feels really weird. All right, guys, here we go. Go ahead and close me up, guys. Let's see how this works.
Now the trick is to really relax and let your head fall back into the water so you feel like you're really weightless. And fight the urge to tensen up. The VR definitely changes the experience. I don't have an altered sense of motion, but it is really peaceful. Now when I put my head up like this and I look down, I can see my body in the virtual world in the same orientation as my hands. And it actually does give you that weird sensation that is your body even though you know it's not. Oh wow, I can see a huge cat's eye nebula coming up slowly as I'm floating. The temperature of the air is rising, so now I don't feel the line anymore from the water, so it just feels like I'm just floating. Occasionally I'll feel a bubble sneak out from behind my back or out of my hair, and I can feel it, and it's like you feel it 1,000 times more than you normally feel it because you're sensory deprived. That's the whole purpose. It feels like I'm floating in space looking out of a porthole on the International Space Station. So cool.
Two hours later.
Here we are. Behind this door is the wild Barnacules, nested in the cocoon. Once we open this bad boy up, you'll have 2 minutes, and then you have to strangle them to death.
Are you done with the experience?
I am a meat popsicle. Whoa, that's chilly. Oh my gosh. My nips.
My nips. You were supposed to Vaseline up your nips, dude.
I forgot to Vaseline my nips. Oh man, now I'm showing my nips.
Okay, so I'm gonna
take
it off of you.
Whoa.
Oh. Right.
Okay. Wow.
How do you feel?
Oh man, massively relaxed. That was awesome. The one thing I noticed is we definitely need to find something that has a wider field of view. The field of view on it's narrow, so I would say it's more like looking out a porthole of a spaceship than it is actually like floating just out in space. But the effect is still there. You're moving just really slow and you're seeing things slowly come into your view, like nebulas and planets, and it definitely keeps your mind occupied while you're floating in here. And the hardest thing to do, and I think Eugene might have struggled with this a little bit, is completely relaxing your head. You have to let it completely go back like this. And when you do this and you completely just relax every muscle in your body, it's weird. It's impossible to relax like this anywhere else. But instead of having complete darkness and actually seeing something and feeling like you're in a huge, wide open space is pretty amazing. So this VR thing, there is something to it. And we need to keep exploring this, and we need to make a better experience that's even bigger with more moving things and more 3D and bigger field of view and better resolution. So I think there's a lot to be done in this space. Oh my gosh. And now I don't want to get out because I'm like so relaxed. I'm like, oh. So if you guys want to give this a try in the float tank, you should come on over here to Urban Float in Kirkland or any of the urban floats. They're all over the place. And give this a try. And I guarantee you coming soon is VR, because we're going to convince the owner of this place it needs to happen. Oh, dude, see, even just 10 minutes in there, and I feel just like so relaxed. I feel like I could just go curl up in a big ball of kittens and go to sleep. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Topher. Are you going to be our manliest man to jump in the little aquarium here?
It is time.
All right, sea manager, let's do this. There you go. Now, careful when you sit down on your butt, because it's going to want to lift you up and like make you roll backwards. So just
gonna bounce me?
Yeah. So just easy down there. Yeah, it's more buoyant than you're expecting.
Oh wow! It like
Yeah. Wait until you get down. You'll feel like it wants to push up. Oh. Yeah.
that's weird.
You, sir, are floating.
Holy cow!
Yeah, you're super buoyant.
Oh my god!
Okay.
This is wild.
Yeah, isn't it?
Holy cow!
All right, now since you haven't done this before, do you want a couple of minutes to try it without the VR first, and then we'll bring the VR in?
No.
You good? You good? You go straight for the full Monty. All
Holy
right.
shit! This is so weird. I've never been able to float. I was one of those kids who are like, come on, man, in swimming lessons where they're like, just float, just relax. I could never float.
Dude, Skeletor will float in this thing.
That's insane.
What do you think?
Oh, that's cool. I can see the square for sure.
Yeah, well, the other one, it's 10 times worse.
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah.
Okay,
This is actually
let's do that then, yeah.
All right, you got it on there?
Yep.
Put it over your top knot. There,
Oh,
boss.
wild.
Okay, now don't worry about the. Is it okay right there?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, put your head all the way back. Don't worry about dunking the phone or everything. Relax as much as you can. Let that sucker go all the way back. You can. Perfect. Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is hold yourself perfectly still. Relax every muscle in your body. And I'm going to center you in the tank. Okay, so I'm going to get you just perfectly centered up. We're just going to let the waves dissipate so you stay put, because we don't want you to hit the walls and ruin the illusion. Now what I'm going to do is, since you have VR goggles on, I'm going to go ahead and leave the light on in the tank, so the GoPro can keep recording, okay?
That's fine.
All right, buddy, we're going to see you in a bit.
All right.
Let's close it in. It's the lobster tank.
A few inches later.
Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds ominous.
Holy shit, that thing's scary opening. Oh my god, take this thing off me.
All right, I got it. Okay, head forward. Head forward.
The only thing I noticed that was really strange was it started to fall off the top of my head, because I really want to like all the way back. I think I might
we
raise
didn't
my
tighten the
head
straps down for your little head, dude. You got a tiny little head.
That's okay though. I mean, it was really fun. I noticed like it was like super. It would get a little foggy, but like I could look around and I was doing this. It was just really interesting.
It is. It's you have something to look at. Isn't it weird? It's like when the nebula starts coming up on the horizon.
Yeah.
It totally is something like to behold when you have nothing else going on.
Yeah, it's really like it's incredible. It really is incredibly relaxing, because like after a little while I'm just like, I was trying to find like the best place not for like my arms.
Yeah.
Because my head was bumping into it and it was hitting the cardboard.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. So I started doing this, but then that was leaning my head back further. It was hard to like get the position, but like it just fucked.
What was the passage of time like while you were in there?
Oh man, like it was over before I even started.
Because you were in there for an hour and a half, dude.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You were in there for like 10 minutes.
No, like it ended. I felt like, yeah, it went really quick.
It did. In an hour,
really
it goes quick too. It's crazy. All right, so we got Topher out of the tank now. The dude had a good time. We have 3 people now that have experienced this that I think had radically different experiences, and now we're going to talk about it. And he stole my towel. Some bitch stole my towel. All right, so we've all had a chance to try the VR experience in the float tank here, and we're each going to talk just a little bit about our experience. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off because I've done this before, and I think I probably went in the most comfortable, although Topher looked like he took to it like a duck to frickin' water.
Awesome.
So my experience getting in there was I get relaxed really quickly because I've done it before, and it does take a little bit of a learning curve the first time to train your body to let go completely. So once I jumped in there, I could just immediately start feeling the effects of floating around. But I did notice it was a lot more like looking out a porthole on like a spaceship, being weightless, than floating in space because of the field of view. So I think we'd all agree with that, right? It was
You had more of like you're looking out a spaceship.
It was definitely like you were looking out a spaceship window. So I think what we need is a lot more resolution for one, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you say that's pretty
so
accurate?
if we upped the phone or the display device, and then we actually had lenses that gave you a wider view.
More of a peripheral view.
More pixels, more peripheral, for sure. We did have a problem with fogging, too. Honestly, that was something that I wasn't too concerned with for some reason. I don't know why. We were getting into a hot tank of water.
It seemed like it was more on the iPhone version than the Android version.
That's true. That's true. And so, but the fogging is, so I think realistically what we need to do moving forward for the experience is we need to get a hold of some better, higher resolution waterproof equipment, probably like a Samsung Note 8 or something like that. We need to get a better headset, and we need to just get some anti-fog wipes to kind of wipe the lens down the equipment before.
Or what's that like water spray stuff?
Like just something hydrophobic. I don't know what it is, but I think if we do those things, and all the equipment survived, nothing died today.
Something almost died. You almost dropped the one in the.
I think it still would have been fine.
Oh, would it have been?
Yeah, because their phones are waterproof.
There's no. Oh, I guess there is no electronic equipment inside the headsets. Huh?
No, it's just plastic and lenses.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Huh.
So it was a very pleasurable experience overall. I liked it. The music, Adrian killed the music.
Oh.
Adrian, my feedback to you is you couldn't have made that better. That should have been the score to Jurassic Park. Like honestly, Steven Spielberg screwed up. But no, it was a wonderful experience for me. I loved it. I was able to relax and get into it. I plan to actually use that next time I come here for the full hour. So Eugene, now we know that you went in and had about the most horrible experience you could at first because we didn't avoid some things. Why don't you explain how your experience panned out starting out that way?
So not too long ago, I was recently on a business trip, and we floated down this river in Texas, and my feet just got gashed up like there's no tomorrow. So we tried to put Vaseline on everything, and it just was not enough. I was like, a thin layer, it'll be fine. No, it wasn't. It was like, it was basically me putting my feet with like paper cuts and lemon juice.
It's bad.
That's what it felt like.
And twice. You went through that twice.
Yeah. So once figuring everything out, second time like trying to re-waterproof everything.
So is it fair to say you didn't feel very weightless after the tension that caused you?
I was in a lot of pain. But it was something we couldn't really help. But once I got into the water, it kept me afloat enough that the tops of my feet just stayed out of the water. Yeah. So after the stinging stopped, it was I could actually like enjoy the experience.
So could you see that being something you'd want to keep doing if you had better visuals, less cuts on your feet? And
Absolutely. I mean, like the 10 minutes prior to the headset going on, I was, getting really relaxed. And then the headset, by the way, music absolutely puts you in the mood. It's
Adrian, my man.
Adrian just killed the music.
ClassySkeletonsTime.com.
Yeah. ClassySkeletonsTime.com.
Not even kidding.
That's his portfolio. But if we had a better resolution phone or headset, like a Gear VR with like an S8 or something, it would be absolutely perfect for this. And maybe we'll move it away from a 360 video to like a Unity project.
So Topher, you were the last person to go into the pool after witnessing searing pain.
Yes.
And witnessing bliss right after that.
Yes.
So how was your experience? Because you look like you just jumped in there like duck to water. You were happy as a kid at
honestly,
Disneyland.
like, because I actually researched this for a long time, and I actually won a free float on Facebook like 2 or 3 years ago, and I never used it. So I kind of kicked myself in the ass for it. So
such a bummer.
I'm like, it was in Tacoma too where I live. I don't know why I didn't do it, but I was actually really nervous like the minute right before I got in because of your pain. And I have like I was mowing my lawn yesterday, so I have like rose cut bushes or blackberry cuts all over my legs. So I had to lube those up really well.
Yeah, Eugene really made us think about.
Yes.
Oh, we double checked everything after Eugene.
But so no, but once I got in and I like tested the water in my legs, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I sat down, I like immediately bounced up.
Isn't that crazy?
It was so weird.
Like you wouldn't think that you'd be buoyant in that much water.
Yeah, it's so crazy, and you know, I got to watch you two do it first, so I got to be able to like know what to expect.
Yeah.
But like the craziest thing for me was, and it wasn't actually the video, but it was laying there and feeling the line between the water and like your exposed skin and the submerged skin completely blurs, and you feel like literally that like you're floating. And I think the video also helped that, and the music helps that. But like that's the most surreal feeling of the entire
When that
thing.
happens, it's completely different. Like you never experience that anywhere else.
Well, and like the other thing is like because you had the little pool noodle on your neck, and you said that you probably shouldn't do that. You should try to let your head hang.
Yes, let your head hang.
I think I noticed with it was the weight of the headset kind of pushed my head back a little bit.
That's a
like
good point.
A little bit longer, and I was like, this is interesting. But then you have to like consciously like relax all these muscles right here in your neck, and then once you do that, you just kind of like do this thing, and you're like, ecstasy,
that's good
ecstasy.
feedback.
Yeah.
That's great feedback.
So on the strap, if you put like a little buoyancy meter to like counteract the weight of the headset,
or a suction cup on the top that has like a coil that just counters the weight. So you're floating there. It's just basically pulling just enough to take the weight off your face.
That's interesting.
And it's just hovering over you. I mean, there's a couple different weird solutions that we do for this. But overall, I think that it was a huge success. We proved that there is equipment that won't die in the tank. Although we do have to rinse a lot of salt off stuff. Though we make no mistake, salt gets everywhere when you do this. But it was a killer experience. I think we're all three. We're going to pursue this. We're going to keep doing it. But guys, if you want to hear us talk more about the experience, this Thursday, we're going to be talking on the Glitched VR Talk Show on AltspaceVR. It's going to be pretty cool. So get your little phones and VR rigs and your Google Cardboards and everything ready, because we're going to have some fun on Thursday. Yeah. And this isn't the last that you've seen of this, because we're going to go ahead and try to get some heavier hitting equipment, 4K displays, better, wider field of view VR equipment, and we're going to come back here and dunk them in the salt tank again.
and if you want to learn how to possibly create your own experiences like this, I have a series on my YouTube channel, Capon Design TV, where you can learn all that stuff.
That's true. He actually is pretty much a wizard with Adobe After Effects.
And if you are in Seattle and you want to check out the After Effects user group in Seattle, we meet once a month, so you can learn how to make things like these as well, like live and things like that too. So,
and if you guys missed all that stuff, it'll be down in the video description, so don't worry about it.
We're just a wealth of knowledge.
All right, well, we are all starving, so we're going to stop the video now and actually go stuff our faces. Till next time, guys.
Burgers!
Later.
Burgers!